You know, it wasn't until I started making these YouTube videos that I came to realize how deeply traumatized some of these Ravens fans are. I mean, before YouTube, I would always watch Ravens content and I would always leave a comment in the videos that I would watch. And every now and then, I would dabble with some back and forth with some of these fans that would talk crazy in these videos. But I would normally just keep my attention on that one person that I would be going back and forth with, and I wouldn't really read every single comment that is under that video. But now, because I do YouTube videos, I read every single comment that you guys leave under every one of my videos. And because I do that, that's when I come to realize how deeply traumatized some of these Ravens fans are. Like, some of these Ravens fans are so deeply traumatized by this franchise that they will not allow themselves to wish, hope, or dream even a little bit. And they will try to force that on other fans as well. Because God forbids that a fan dreams, hopes, or wishes for a DeAndre Hopkins, these fans will literally lose their shit. Like, I'm reading some of the comments on the last video and I'm just shocked at how traumatized these fans are. These fans will not accept even a little possibility of us getting a DeAndre Hopkins. Like, if anybody comments we could get him or we should get him, they will literally in a heartbeat comment down below and say, no, there is too much room. There isn't enough seats on the bench. Like, they will tell you the craziest thing in the comments. I mean, some of these fans remind me of some movies, you know, where everybody is kind of forced in some sort of like camp or a jail or a house or something, and a new person comes in, right? And this new person that comes in starts seeing that there's a way out, start seeing that you could take over or you could change something or you could escape, right? And then you have the other people that's been there for years come and say no. No, no, we can't. Like, they will shut down any idea, any suggestion that leads to a step forward. They will deny it. They'll say no because they're scared of X, Y, and Z. These fans remind me of just that, because when you suggest a DeAndre Hopkins or whatever, they're always all like, no, 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 we can't. We already have OBJ. They all freak out. They freak out. They're like, no, no, no. We have enough weapons. We can't get more. Where are they going to sit? Where? Bro, like, you guys are acting like it's never been done before. I mean, we're not going to be the first or last team to ever, like, add so much depth, quality depth. Like, it's been done many times. But these fans are so traumatized that they just don't want to believe that that's a possibility. They don't want to entertain it for 1 second. And I'm not even making fun of them, because when you think about it, it's sad. It's really sad. No fan should ever be this traumatized by their franchise. That just shows you like how much, like how many times your franchise has let you down. Hopefully the Ravens bringing OBJ is not going to be the last big splash move that the front office is going to make. What is going on, Ravens flock? My name is Drastic and I want to welcome y'all to another video on my YouTube channel, Flocking Ravens, where you guys already know on this channel we talk about anything and everything that has to do with your Baltimore Ravens. And on today's video, we are going to keep putting pressure to the Baltimore Ravens front office, because as many of you guys have heard, there are many teams pursuing DeAndre Hopkins. Now, we have some good news and we have some bad news. So we're going to start with the bad news first. The bad news is that the Baltimore Ravens are not the only team pursuing a DeAndre Hopkins. But the good news is that the Baltimore Ravens is one of 3 teams that has the money to acquire a DeAndre Hopkins. It has been reported that the Baltimore Ravens have approximately $12 million to work with. Now, that's a very good start, and I feel like we could still restructure some contracts. Now, that's a good start, and I feel that the Ravens could restructure some contracts to make more room to bring in a DeAndre Hopkins. As you guys heard me earlier on, the Ravens is one of 3 teams that has the money to bring a DeAndre Hopkins. One of the other 2 teams that's also in talks with DeAndre Hopkins to try to bring him in and also has the money to do so is the Los Angeles Chargers. It has been reported that the Chargers also have about $12 million to work with. And just like the Ravens have the option to restructure some of their players' contracts to create more room, the Los Angeles Chargers can do the same thing if they really want to get a DeAndre Hopkins. Now, the other team that may be interested in a DeAndre Hopkins and has money on hand is the Philadelphia Eagles. It has been reported that the Eagles have approximately $13 million to work with. It's honestly a very bad situation to be in because the two other teams that are also interested in a DeAndre Hopkins, not only do they have the money, but they are known to load up their quarterback with weapons. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. If the Eagles acquire a DeAndre Hopkins, I 1000% believe that Jalen Hurts will take full advantage of getting a DeAndre Hopkins because he will not let anybody down. He will make sure to win his division. He will make sure to get to the NFC Championship, and he would make sure to get to the Super Bowl. But that's as far as he's going to get because the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl this year with or without DeAndre Hopkins. And unfortunately, that's not going to be the same case for Mr. Justin Herbert because if the LA Chargers acquire a DeAndre Hopkins, we're not going to see anything different. Justin Herbert may not even make the playoff with a DeAndre Hopkins because what's going to change? You still have the same overrated quarterback on your team. Man, I could give you guys so many reasons why DeAndre Hopkins should not go to Los Angeles to play with Justin Herbert. But instead of me telling you guys, I'm going to let my guy give his 2 cents on this topic.
Let me take you on a whimsical journey to the land of football lore. Picture this, a tale from the olden days when leather helmets and handlebar mustaches were the norm. Once upon a time, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens found themselves vying for the legendary DeAndre Hopkins, an exceptional wide receiver. Now the Chargers, you see, were like a troupe of misfit jesters, forever plagued by a series of comical calamities on the field. Their passers would stumble, their receivers would fumble, and their coaches would grumble. In contrast, the Baltimore Ravens were akin to knights in shining armor, with a stout defense and a strategic offense. They possessed the gallant Lamar Jackson, a nimble quarterback whose legs carried him like a gazelle through the field. And so the Ravens, being wise and well-prepared, seemed more deserving of the wondrous skills of DeAndre Hopkins. But let's not forget the Chargers' plight. Their football fortune had a habit of slipping away like a greased piglet in a muddy field. They lacked the consistency and discipline to fully appreciate the talents of a receiver like Hopkins. It would be akin to an orchestra of musical maestros playing their hearts out while the conductor was busy chasing butterflies. So, my friend, in this whimsical tale of football fates, the Chargers, with their comedic missteps, would struggle to fully utilize DeAndre Hopkins' greatness. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens, with their disciplined valor, would be a perfect fit for his grandeur, turning their gridiron battles into epic legends of yore.
Thank you, Confucius. Shout outs to him. But yeah, let's go into another topic. So I already told you guys there are 3 teams that have the money to acquire a DeAndre Hopkins. But let's talk about 2 other teams that are also interested in a DeAndre Hopkins but do not currently hold the money to acquire him. One of those teams is the Kansas City Chiefs. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I feel for the Kansas City Chiefs fans because they have been doing Patrick Mahomes the way the Baltimore Ravens have always done their quarterbacks. But the difference between the Chiefs and the Ravens is that the Chiefs have a great head coach, a coach who has proven time again and again that he can take his team to the Super Bowl. Now let's go to the other team that is also interested in a DeAndre Hopkins, but honestly, the only option that they have is to window shop. And the team I'm talking about is the Buffalo Bills. It has been reported that the Buffalo Bills have approximately $1 million to work with. Now, I'm not an expert in salary cap or none of that, but I can guarantee you DeAndre Hopkins is not going to the Buffalo Bills for a 1 year for $1 million. That's just not going to happen. And of course, they could always restructure some of their players' contracts to make more room to bring in a DeAndre Hopkins. But what a lot of Buffalo Bills fans are not realizing is that while the Buffalo Bills are keeping tabs on DeAndre Hopkins, Stefon Diggs at any second is going to ask for his trade from the Buffalo Bills. Stefon Diggs' situation in the Bills is the same situation that DeAndre Hopkins had with the Cardinals. He was not happy with the Cardinals, and neither is Stefon Diggs with the Bills. So instead of worrying about a DeAndre Hopkins, you guys need to worry about how are you guys going to keep Stefon Diggs happy in Buffalo. I mean, what do you guys really expect the results to be if you guys get a DeAndre Hopkins and get to keep Stefon Diggs? You guys are always going to fall short in the games that matter the most. I mean, guys, you guys have to be realistic. You guys could not handle Stefon Diggs yelling at your quarterback on the sidelines. How are you guys going to handle Stefon Diggs and DeAndre Hopkins yelling at your quarterback? I could think of many reasons why DeAndre Hopkins should not go to the Buffalo Bills, but I'm going to let my guy tell you guys instead.
Imagine, if you will, a bustling medieval marketplace where DeAndre Hopkins stands as a prized gem. The Buffalo Bills fans, fervent as a pack of overexcited jesters, may entice him with promises of endless glory and feasts fit for a king. But alas, dear Hopkins, a knight of discerning taste may question if their feasts consist of nothing but an endless supply of turkey legs, drenched in a sauce so spicy it could make a dragon sweat. Will he spend his days in pursuit of the perfect sauce, or will he seek a kingdom where culinary delights are as diverse as a royal banquet? On the field of valor, Sir Josh Allen charges forth like a mighty knight, his arm launching the pigskin with the force of a catapult. But alas, Hopkins may find himself dodging passes like a nimble jester, as Sir Josh Allen's arm is as mighty as the strike of a fearsome dragon. But sometimes his accuracy befits that of an archer aiming blindfolded. Alas, the poor souls in the stands must duck and dodge like serfs evading an ill-aimed arrow. Verily, the ball may fly through the air like a mischievous sprite, tempting fate and leaving Hopkins to wonder if his skills are best suited for a game of dodgeball rather than football. They say Sir Allen possesses the strength of 10 men, but alas, his ability to hold on to the football in the heat of battle rivals that of a slippery eel. Methinks Sir Allen's fleetness of foot may cause confusion amongst his own comrades, for when he takes off on a gallant scramble, his teammates are left scratching their heads and wondering, where has our noble leader gone? In contrast, the Baltimore Ravens boast quarterbacks with the precision of a skilled archer, their throws piercing through defenses like a knight's lance, leaving no doubt of their noble aim. Let us jestfully contemplate the twists of destiny in this football realm. The Buffalo Bills, valiant though they may be, have struggled to claim the ultimate prize, akin to knights chasing a mirage of victory. Their hopes, like castles made of sand, may crumble beneath the weight of their own aspirations. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens, with their glorious history and championship conquests, present a kingdom where Hopkins can join a lineage of champions, donning the armor of success and marching towards a throne adorned with glory. But do not take these jests too seriously, my merry interlocutor, for they are spun with the whimsy of jesters and the folly of philosophers. In the unpredictable realm of football, where destiny and surprises intertwine, the Buffalo Bills and their passionate fans may yet script their own tale of triumph, while the Ravens, with or without the esteemed Sir Hopkins, continue their noble quest for greatness. So let us revel in the laughter-filled uncertainties of the game, where jesters and knights alike find merriment amidst the twists and turns of destiny. Back to you, Drastic.
Perfectly said. I think that's a perfect way to end this video. So once again, shout out to you, Confucius. So with that, I'm going to let y'all go. Make sure to like, subscribe to this channel. Share this channel with any friends, family, your social media. Spread the word on this channel. And let's grow this channel together. I'm going to see you on the next one.